Though The Witcher Blood Origin might not have had the best reviews or critic reception, the overall story is very integral going forward into The Witcher Season 3 and beyond. The prequel series has a lot going on and has a lot of reveals that affect The Witcher as a whole going forward. So stay tuned to today's video as we discuss the biggest reveals Blood Origin makes ahead of The Witcher Season 3. So, how does The Witcher Blood Origin serve as essential setup for The Witcher Season 3? Though The Witcher Blood Origin was advertised as a prequel series that doesn't have too much connection to the ongoing main series, Blood Origin serves as an essential setup for The Witcher going forward. Netflix is seemingly super keen to make The Witcher into a vast, sprawling franchise, and the streaming giant is hoping to accomplish this through a series of various spin-offs, whether this is through animated spin-offs or even live-action ones such as Blood Origin. However, it's important to understand that these are far more than just random prequels, as they give a lot of backstory to what's going on in the main Witch series. The way the narrative was proposed in The Witcher Blood Origin is the main reason why people didn't seem to like it all too much, as the viewers could easily figure out the patterns ahead of the characters and become bored. The end credits scene also confirms that Jaskier followed the mysterious storyteller's guidance, transforming the tale of The Witcher into what he calls the Song of the Seven. It's easy to assume that in The Witcher Season 3 or even Season 4, Geralt and Ciri will come across this tale in some sort of way. This means that all of the revelations in Witcher Blood Origin will soon be known by all of the main characters in the main series as well, ensuring that there's a level playing field between the fan base. So, here are all of the major twists and changes to the story that people need to know ahead of going into The Witcher Season 3, in which Geralt and Ciri's adventure continues. The Witcher Blood Origin finally explains the conjunction of the spheres. One of the most important reveals in The Witcher Blood Origin is the explanation of the celestial event known as the conjunction of the spheres. This prequel series builds upon various ideas that were established in The Witcher Season 3, confirming the various monoliths that scattered across the continent can rarely be used to travel through all time and space. In the universe, elves discovered these monoliths and learned how to use them in some way 1200 years ago, but the master monolith was sadly broken during the uprising that ended up bringing down the lost elven Golden Empire. This destruction of the monolith brought countless worlds and various times all together, and it seemingly brought up a new age where different planes of existence are closer together than ever before. This is an age that was described as the time of the spheres, and this also presumably explains the developing powers of Ciri in The Witcher. The origin of the first Witcher has finally been revealed. One of the coolest and most interesting reveals in all of The Witcher Blood Origins was the fact that it reveals the original backstory of the Witchers. It also revealed that the Witchers are much more connected to the conjunction of the spheres than anyone previously realized. The first Witcher was known as Fjall, as he was undergoing a version of the Trial of the Grasses that incorporated the blood of a monster that stepped into chaos. This power has seemingly been diluted over time, because Geralt and various other Witchers are nowhere near as powerful as the original. Thankfully though, he is a lot less unstable than the original Witcher, as he was a complete maniac. It's unclear how significant this revelation will be to Geralt when he finds it out in The Witcher Season 3, or if it'll play into the overall plot going forward. Things may also change with the fact that Henry Cavill is leaving the series, so there might be some in-universe reason for his face changing. The Witcher Blood Origin reveals the source of Ciri's elder blood. Another really interesting reveal is that The Witcher Blood Origin finally reveals the truth about the elder blood in the main series. It seems like Ciri is a direct descendant of the original Witcher and Isla, as she supposedly inherited all of the power that the original Chaos creature obtained. The elves would originally recognize the power of the elder blood, and they attempted to capitalize on it by creating a being who could be the fulfillment of all the prophecies they'd read. All of these experiments were based on genetic engineering, but sadly went wrong. However, when the elven sorceress Laura Doran fell in love with a royal and passed on the elder blood into a royal line, Ciri was born later in the future. Ciri is the one that was foretold in the past, and if she learns about this in The Witcher Season 3, we can have a huge reveal going forward about her powers. It's going to be interesting, as Ciri's already a very complex character in The Witcher. Going forward, we could see her slowly take the main role, but we'll have to see what happens to Geralt later on down the line. In The Witcher video games, Ciri eventually becomes the main character and will be the protagonist for the next Witcher game, which is The Witcher 4. If they want to have Liam Hemsworth take over the role of Geralt for one season and then Ciri take on the main role going forward, that would be interesting to see. It could be an easy way to stop confusing the audience with different actors playing the same character. But we'll have to see how Ciri's relationship with their powers grows in the next few seasons. Jaskier has learned another dark prophecy about Ciri. Iflin's prophecies have already shaped so much of Ciri's life, but Jaskier now knows another. The time of the spheres is upon us, Iflin declares. Unshide, lost across the skies, cast adrift in time, ever searching for love, lost and left behind. The lark's seed shall carry forth the first note of a song that ends all times, and one of her blood shall sing the last. Ciri has long sensed she has the power to burn the world, and this new prophecy suggests her worst fears could be realized. But it's important to note that Iflin's prophecies appear to guide history as much as to foretell it. Ciri's bloodline would have never prospered without the elven experiments after all. These words should not be trusted. What do you think about this one? Let us know in the comments section below. Jaskier is a really interesting character, and we can't wait to see what happens next for him and his ongoing relationships in the main series. The Witcher Blood Origin reveals the source of chaos magic. In the main series, chaos magic is one of the most powerful versions of magic on the entire continent. Before Witcher Blood Origin was released, many fans were wondering where this magic originally came from, and why it was so strong when compared to the rest. However, Blood Origin finally delved deeper into chaos magic and revealed to the fanbase that it originates from another world. This is simply insanely important, because it means that The Witcher Season 3 could potentially introduce new sorcerers that make Yennefer look like a novice. These sorcerers could be so incredibly powerful, as it seems like chaos magic is even more common in other worlds. This subtle detail could be particularly important for the developing story in the franchise, and could lead to some even stronger foes for our main characters shortly. Chaos magic is most likely going to be insanely important going forward into The Witcher Season 3, as Witcher Blood Origin made it so clear how important it was. We can't wait to see how this new type of magic affects The Witcher going forward, and how the fact that it's from a different world plays into the overall plot for the next few seasons. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below about chaos magic and the ramifications this revelation could have for the near future of The Witcher. Avallac'h and Eredin's origin has been revealed ahead of The Witcher Season 3. The post-credit scene of The Witcher Blood Origin confirms a lot of really interesting things for the franchise going forward. The main thing that should affect The Witcher Season 3 is that it confirms that elves from around 1200 years ago are returning to focus their efforts on Ciri. Two important characters from the Witcher storyline are Avallac'h and Eredin. Eredin, more specifically, is insanely important, as he's the leader of the Wild Hunt. Netflix has already confirmed major reveals for the characters and their backstory, as they were elves who were originally caught up in the conjunction of the spheres. Eredin became the leader of the Wild Hunt, which are background antagonists in the book who are particularly important in the lore of the video games. The Witcher 3 is specifically written around the Wild Hunt, meaning that we'll be getting some of the storylines in the TV series, most likely in Season 3 or 4. This could be cool with fans of the video game, as they could finally see some of the coolest moments from the games in the TV series. As we all know, the writers aren't particularly great about adapting the books or the original games, as they want to make their own story. This is why Henry Cavill left the series in the first place. So maybe for once, they'll take inspiration from the better parts of the story and add them to the television series. We aren't holding out hope, as the writers seem to be a little incompetent, but it would be really interesting to see nonetheless. And that's all we have to discuss on the biggest reveals in The Witcher Blood Origin and how that affects The Witcher going forward in today's video. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Hopefully, you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, please let us know in the comments section below. It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching. Bye.